Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Low on Health Rambling, kind of just a weekly recap of what I've been doing. Today is Friday, June 4th, 2010. It's about 5:40 something, right after work. Just had a nice, good week. Still really enjoying the new job. It's really fun because it's kind of like half warehouse, half office, which is really a good, nice mix up. And I'm kind of getting the warehouse all organized and whatnot. And that's just a nice challenge for me. And just been having kind of a nice, relaxing week. I'll go over some of the things that I've been doing. One thing I've been kicking around for a while, just because I was trying to look for a device that let me do Wi-Fi, music, and videos and stuff. Looking at the iPod Touch, and then looking at actually the DS, and just kind of overlooking a bunch of things. And I've been using my old PSP that I bought at launch in 2005, which I always think is kind of funny because actually the past 2 or 3 years I've rarely used it for gaming. I've actually used it as my main music player at my old job at ESS, and currently at my new job I've been using a lot of music, and basically I've opened Wi-Fi there so I can basically surf the net and check my email during lunch and whatnot, which is kind of cool. And when I was like looking for a new device, it came back to actually if I were to get a new device, I would probably get the newest Sony PSP, the 3000 model, because apparently it does have an onboard mic. It's kind of cool because I don't think the iPod Touch has speakers. You have to use a headphone and a mic to use the Skype app. But apparently, the PSP 3000 has Skype right built into it and whatnot, and it has a mic. So it's just kind of interesting that even after 5 years, if I was looking to get a new device, it'd be a PSP, which is interesting because, it is the cheaper of the devices, which is interesting. But other than that, just want to get on to what's going on. So let's just jump right in here. I did watch the new Evangelion 2.22. That was released recently on Blu-ray, and I watched it, of course, through means. In which case, really, really good. If you know what this is, if you know me or if you know Evangelion, these are basically recaps or retellings of Evangelion, the series kind of condensed down. And this is basically a really good action-packed episode. You get the introduction of Asuka. You actually get, new units, too. You get the American units and whatnot. And this is the really, really, really good OAV, I guess, or movie, however they want to market it, to watch. And I really recommend it to any anime fan that loved Evangelion. Definitely watch this. Any anime fan, watch this. And unfortunately, if you're just new to anime in general, you're not going to get that much enjoyment out of it. You're not going to be lost, but it definitely has great production values, looks and sounds freaking awesome. I can't wait for it to be released over here, legitly in a box set or something. I really hope they don't release these individually. That would be a waste, which I think they're already doing now. I think about it. Whatever. Anyway, really, really good. Watch it. And then also recently, I wanted to kind of start a new anime series. In which case, people keep talking about the Dragon Ball Kai. In which case, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's like a retelling of Dragon Ball. This is the opening for it. And then I started, watching a bunch of episodes, and then I realized it's remastered old footage. It's not 100% new footage, like, the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's like 100% new footage to follow the manga. The Dragon Ball Kai, is basically, editing the original, Dragon Ball Z series and kind of cleaning it up, getting rid of, broken cells and animations and stuff, and just kind of streamlining it, getting rid of the filler stuff and making it. So I was like, oh, okay, HD Dragon Ball, but then I realized it's basically the old footage kind of rezzed up and cropped. Not a big fan of that. So when it comes down to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, I'm just going to stick to like my old first-gen Funimation box sets of Dragon Ball, and that goes all the way up to, I think, the Cell Saga I have, which, kind of is basically the best for me when it goes to the whole Trunks and the androids. The Buu, wasn't really that great of the Majin Buu series. And Dragon Ball, not that big of a fan. And that's kind of cool. Dragon Ball Kai here actually just starts off right where Dragon Ball Z did. It gives you a little opening of, hey, this is Goku. He had adventures, and now he has a kid and is married and stuff. But it's kind of cool. I was expecting something different. And especially after this opening, which I was like, oh, okay. It's all rezzed up in 720p. And then when I was watching, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't actually HD style. So, whatever. Moving on here on Xbox Live, we have, of course, two of my friends that are playing the, Modern Warfare 2, in which case the new map pack came out. In which case it has, 3 new maps, 2 old maps, and Vacant being one of the old maps, and one of the more favorite maps from the first Modern Warfare. And I've been going back and forth with them, and I'm not going to get the map pack, so I will more than likely not be playing Modern Warfare 2 with them anymore. Not that I don't like them, I'll probably talk to them online here and there, but I don't think it's worth the money for me at this point in time. When I have a job, I don't have all the time to blow into Modern Warfare 2 anymore. And I have other games to play, which I'll get to in a second or so. And I'd rather play those games than play Modern Warfare 2, unfortunately. So, sorry guys, my Modern Warfare 2 days are over. It served me well. Moving on here to Gamefly, they did get back Red Dead and Nier. In which case, right now I do have Alpha Protocol, and I'm enjoying Alpha Protocol immensely. I'll probably discuss it more on Sunday's thing, my weekend wrap-up. But of course, coming up next week's going to be Green Day, which they moved up to the 7th, which is Monday, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. And then Transformers and 99 Nights and whatnot, and then it's kind of trickling down. It does look like we'll get Crackdown, next month. So we'll see what happens. I might talk about a project later on, retro gaming that I've been kicking around. And then moving on here. I do want to mention on Low on Health, I did put up my 2 reviews for Red Dead Redemption and Nier. I put up my reviews for them, in which case I think I gave Red Dead Redemption good game, but has its faults for me, and not that big of a fan of it. And I think I gave Red Dead a 7.5, and Nier I was just kind of blown away with. And it looks like my Nier review I didn't post all, which is rather interesting. I'll have to fix that later. But Nier I gave like an 8.25. I really enjoy Nier over Red Dead Redemption. I really should fix that for anybody that might actually go to my website, which nobody does go to my website and remember reviews. But I'll do that. Not now, but later. Anywho, right now what I'm going to do is move on to the game I got here out of my game collection. And the game I got is Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Now, ironically, how I played the Metal Gear series is actually kind of different from what normal people play it as. Like, I did the demo from the Zone of Enders thing, which I mentioned before. But this one, it does look like I bought pre-owned. So I wasn't that big of a Metal Gear fan back in the day. And actually, I played Twin Snakes, the first Metal Gear, on the GameCube through completion. I didn't actually play it on the PlayStation 1. So that's kind of weird. And then I guess after I played the GameCube version, I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I got it on the PS2. Now, I'll probably get to Metal Gear at a later time, because a lot of those are kind of in display cases right now, most of my Metal Gear stuff. But I do enjoy the Metal Gear franchise. Metal Gear Rising looks very interesting, and ironically, if you look back at my Gamefly queue, I did take Peace Walker out of my queue because it was coinciding with Green Day, and I'd rather play Green Day than Peace Walker. Even though I do enjoy the Metal Gear PSP games more than most people, but Metal Gear, I enjoy the series, and I will talk about it more because there's probably like another 5 more games of Metal Gear. But other than that, that's really about it. I'll probably talk more about gaming and whatnot on the next episode, which will probably be during the weekend. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.